This is how to edit your FaceSwap photograph. You're going to go to your lasso tool, and what we're going to do is make a selection around the first person, and the selection can be larger. We can go beyond what we need. The command you're going to do here is Control J. What that does is it pastes that selection into a new layer. So we're going to want to go back to the background and do the same thing. Make another lasso selection around your second person, Control J, and now we have these two floating heads. So go to each one of the floating heads and lower the opacity to around 50%. Doesn't have to be exact. And go ahead and turn this layer back on. Go to your Move tool and move the faces around. Go ahead and zoom in, Control plus, and now we want to go ahead and come in close here. What we're going to need to do, you're going to want to match the eyes and the nose and the mouth. You'll see that the sizes of people's faces can be different. So let's first try to match up the eyes. Rotate the scene and look for the eyes and the nose and the chin. Try to match everything up. You're going to need to do a little bit of refining here just to space everything around. If you need to edit and warp the image, you can do that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the opacity of this back up. And now we're going to put a mask on this image right here. And we're going to go get a brush, a soft edge brush with the black. And now we're just going to brush away and change this image around. So we're going to take away this and make our FaceSwap look a little bit more interesting. You may need to make the brush of the size of your brush larger. So that is pretty good. Maybe we need a little bit more refining to do, but for the moment, I'm going to go with that. All right, let's go over here and manipulate this one. Let's zoom in a little closer. So matching the eyes, Control T. May need to make this one a little bit larger. Her face needs to get a little bit bigger. Control T. Hold Shift whenever you're making something larger like this. Okay, pretty good. And let's bring the opacity of this back up. Put a mask on this. Go to your brush. And let's make that brush bigger. Okay. Alright, need to make that brush a little bit smaller now. So this is going to be a little tricky because there's some glasses that need to be hidden. And there's obviously a little bit more detail that I can do here, but I'm just giving you the basics of how to put this together. So obviously I need to take a little bit more time going with my brush and do a little perfecting here. Maybe I want to bring in a little bit more hair. See, it's going to get a little tricky there. This is where you're going to need to take your time and do some detail work. But let me just give you an overview of what we got here. There's our FaceSwap. You can see I need a little bit more adjustments, but that's the basics of how you're going to execute your FaceSwap.